All right, y'all. So with it being an All-Star break, I want to go ahead and talk about some teams, and y'all tell me what y'all want to see from this team when it comes to that second half of the season, so that they could probably improve on to where you probably could take them a little bit more seriously.
Okay.
Off rip, we're gonna start with the Houston Rockets. What is something that y'all think that this team needs to adjust and really hit home when it comes to the second half of the season?
I think offensively they got to kind of clean some things up. They're not. This is a really good basketball team, so it's hard to really poke significant holes. But we see down the stretch things can get a little congested and combobulated. We're seeing teams start to preview and show what it would look like in the playoffs by ignoring Amin Thompson, right? Last night they had 21 turnovers.
Yeah.
I think KD had 8 of them. So a lot of teams take the ball out of Kevin Durant's hands. They throw 2 at him down the stretch, and they kind of just feel lost and troubled. And I'm still waiting to see them kind of figure that out. So that would be the thing for me. I want to kind of see them down the stretch, find some more things to get to when teams try their best to remove Kevin Durant, and not just have Kevin Durant sitting there just being guarded by 2 and just letting them,
Yeah, I think that's where it gets a little bit funky. And we're past the trade deadline, so they can't really do nothing about it. But this is where you really see the lack of point guard play. Having a man Thompson there, yeah, he's running point guard, but he's not doing a lot of the stuff that point guards naturally do, like getting your teammates involved, making the right plays. Honestly, Kevin Durant is their guy for that, but they don't even have an elite pick and roll guy that can really break down the offense and get stuff like that happening. So I'm looking at. I gotta look at Kevin Durant, honestly. I know it's about as tough as possible, but I look at kind of like what Kawhi did. He said, well, I don't care. I got 2 people on me. I'm still going to get my shot up. I might need Kevin Durant to be a little bit more aggressive with this team, and it might be the sad part.
I might need Ime to just let Reed Shepherd just go.
That's another good
he be hooping to me.
Yeah. Next team we got is the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's start with Mike there. What's something you seeing over there you need to improve in the second half?
For one, it's just got to be an effort thing on a day-to-day basis. I think, guys like Marcus Smart, I'm loving the addition of Maxi Kleber. I feel like he's bringing a lot of it because he could just be a guy that switches everything. Yeah. He's going to play hard. He's going to do everything and do the right things. I think we just need to continue to focus on that, but it does start with the guys up top like Luka, like Reeves, and like Bron. Always hard to ask a guy that's 41 to get in the chair, but I've actually still seen him do it at this age. It just really comes down to, can you make it all work and can you get your stops down in the fourth quarter? I don't expect this team to be a team that locks up for 3 quarters, but they've been one of the more clutcher teams. Can you be the team that cleans it up in the fourth?
For me, it's just those role players stepping up, man. On the nights where they get that production from guys, they look like an entirely different team. The OKC game was a great example of that when you had Jake LaRavia making plays, Marcus Smart doing things. I think there's a certain level that we can expect from Reeves, Bron, and Luka. But, yeah, when you get sprinkled in production from like think of DeAndre Ayton's best games this season. It's like it stands out and it gives them just a different feel and punch when Jake LaRavia can make corner threes.
Jake LaRavia got to get back on this stuff. He hasn't been able to really figure it out with the other guys on the court. And he's getting he got a lot of open looks, especially against OKC. He could not hit any.
No. Scoring-wise, I think some of those guys are always going to be inconsistent because that's just a role player role. But he made a lot of good basketball plays in the absence of Luka Doncic.
I don't know how closely you kind of pay attention to it, but Luka does it now, LeBron does it now, where it's like if you're posting up early, I'll throw the ball early down to you, get the early post up for easy basket.
Seal, yeah.
Rui used to do it really good. Now Jake does it. Now Now Jake actually runs down the floor and tries to get the early post ups too. It's not as good as the other guys, but it's just being able to adapt to the game.
Yeah.
Breaking news: Jaren Jackson Jr. is having knee surgery, so he will now be out for the rest of the season.
Wow.
From Chris Haynes.
I wonder where that came from.
Yeah.
So just out of nowhere, just getting knee surgery.
Yeah. Hopefully ain't nothing too crazy, but at least it's gonna at least have him out the rest of the year. The Toronto Raptors will be the next team up.
I feel for the Raptors, man. I really am enjoying the season that they're having, especially a month or so ago. It felt like they were surging. They were up to number 2 at some point in the Eastern Conference, if I'm not mistaken. I really wanted them to be able to make more of a move at the deadline. I would have loved for them to have been able to get a Sabonis or Anthony Davis or something like that. And the fact that they wasn't kind of puts them in a tough spot. And again, with all of these teams that made these moves, even if they weren't crazy significant moves, it feels like these different teams got boost.
Yeah.
That James Harden added boost to the Cavaliers. Alvarado just gave the Knicks 26. It just feels like a boost of energy. And even the Celtics getting Vooch, it's just like a burst.
Yeah.
And it feels like they kind of are that team that just didn't get that. And they're at the 5th spot now, which is good for the Raptors.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's still a good spot
They're
for
having
the
a really
Raptors.
good season.
Yeah. But they aren't playing with that same bite that they had. And so I want to see them kind of get back to that. But I wonder how much they can do with these other teams kind of figuring it out in the most important part of the season.
Yeah, and I think they're one of the teams that really kind of their 3-point shooting is very streaky. They have times where they really can't hit at all. And I think they're like
The offense in general was like that to me.
Yeah,
Last
it's
night was
just
one of those
funky.
nights.
Yeah. Next team we got is Philadelphia.
We talked about them early in the show. For me, I would really want to just see Embiid on the court as much as possible. And I know Mike kind of talked about it. You would love to dig deep for something. But, I mean, when he's on the floor, he's a difference maker for them, even when he's not necessarily the MVP version of Joel Embiid, but just his presence, his ability to still be an effective basketball player, the attention he's going to, command, and the synergy that him and Tyrese Maxey has. I just feel like he makes life so much easier for Maxey. Even in a night like last night where, like, Maxey still had 32 against the Knicks, but it was like nothing else was able to come off of that. But, I mean, maybe Dominic Barlow had a couple of things going here and there. But the presence of Embiid can just not – you can't replace it.
he's like the best outlet you can have. I've seen them try to double team, man. He just throw it to Embiid. Embiid can make anything. He can get you a bucket, make the right
Assists.
play.
Yeah.
They'll double team him. Like, he's the ultimate outlet for a guy like Tyrese Maxey. If he's not there, then, why not? We sending 4 bodies at him. Why? Why not,
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Shout out to Julius Randle, 41-point game last night. I think the Timberwolves do some of the similar things they've been doing, man. I like this Timberwolves team a lot. I really do. They got a little bit of everything for you. You got Rudy holding down the paint. You got nights where Julius Randle can have this type of night. Nas Reed can come off the bench and knock down 3-point shots. We know what Anthony Edwards is about. Jaden McDaniels has been scoring the ball recently very well. Dante DiVincenzo has been one of my favorite role players in all of basketball. They just went and acquired Ayo. I would say just continue to do what they do. And maybe just go on another one of those streaks. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they are a team that has had a few win streaks this year.
But they've also had some losing streaks.
They have.
They
They
one
combat
of
it well.
those, yeah, they like win 5, then they lose 4. Then they win 5.
Because right now, last 10 games are 7-3, currently on a 2-game winning streak. They are a half a game behind Houston, and they're 1.5 games behind Denver. So they could get as high as the 3rd seed out west. So
Yeah, I'm looking for them to just honestly just compete with themselves. Like, try to be the best version they can be before the playoffs. They might end up in the there's a chance they can end up in the conference finals again.
they really could.
Yeah, I'm locking in for the second half of the season.
The next team we got is the New York Knicks.
Man, I mean, play with this level. This recent Knicks team that we've gotten in the last 10 to 13 games has just been a different Knicks team.
Yeah.
You can feel the vibe. You can feel the shift. I know there were some things that maybe Karl Anthony Towns wasn't happy about being in some of the trade rumors for Giannis, but once the Knicks kind of put it to bed and you had the reports that, they like their team, so they're not going to try to make a push for Giannis, things kind of have clicked and shifted. I think Jose Alvarado was one of the best additions we could have made at a lower level type of move because we needed some of that dog, some of that fight. And I love this version of the team that's kind of kicking up his gear as we head into the second half. But more importantly, a game like last night was extremely dope to see that we don't really have to rely on a night. And again, it was a 76ers team that was missing 2 starters. But it felt good to see the Knicks have a 49-point win in a night where Jalen Brunson had 8 points.
Yeah.
That is a different thing for me as a Knicks fan. So those performances on the road is something that I want to see more of. And if we can have a few more of those where Jalen Brunson doesn't have to be captain savior every night, it'll make me feel more refreshing. And it's good to see Cat kind of be our leading guy some nights.
He said everything perfect for the Knicks. I mean, do you like that you don't have you get the 8 points from Brunson, but Brunson's still been a bad man when you need him to. Like, that's the beauty of it. You can have him with 8 points, but also you got big body Brunson to kind of take you home too.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.